This one's back to Renado, because we're just following the flow of time here. So this is Renado chapter 4. Alright, so they had docked at the Isle of Dusk on their way back to Sheld, and they are weathering against that storm as it ravages them. Nice. All right. So we've got another Renado chapter. Let's see what's going to happen next for him. And yeah, see if this Isle of Dusk holds anything to be feared after all. Renado 4, 14th of the 6th moon, years since Orish, 1478. The storm never let up. It was a proper hurricane, and the crew of the Dispatch spent their days rolling in bunks and emptying their stomachs into the sea. More than a few were already showing early signs of scurvy. Vanchi had told them that they had to assume this was the Isle of Dusk, and for their safety he forbade anyone from going ashore, despite the agony of their current situation. They had enough food to last them the rest of the month, and the voyage from the isle to Sheld would take nowhere near that length. But Renado was angry and tired. This whole voyage had been a waste. They had made nowhere near enough money to justify their expenditures, and now were weathering out a storm for who knows how long. He sat next to Vanchi in the rain. It was their turn on deck. Vanchi had been in a foul mood since the storm struck too, so they did not speak. They simply moped. Aesar was directing a few of others on water duty, making sure the boat didn't have any flooding, which could lead to rotting below deck. Thankfully, they didn't have cargo down there too. "You two look happy," Aesar said. Rain was dripping from Renado's dark hair, and he gave Aesar his best glare. "Go scrub the deck, it's not clean enough yet." Aesar laughed and made a mock bow. When he rose again, he glanced past Renado, at the rocky shore of the isle. "There!" Vanchi turned faster than Ren, and he said, "Someone's up there." Sure enough, there were people on the rocks. One of them was pointing down at the ship, but they were too distant to be distinct. There could have been no more than 10, and they wore dark, nondescript clothes. "What should we do?" Renado asked. "What if they're mages?" Aesar drew his sword. "Sheath it," Vanchi said. "Let's see what they want." It was still pouring, and the boulder only blocked some of the wind. Sailing out into the storm would be suicide. "Aesar," Renado said, "sheath it." The man complied hesitantly. He was pale, and his hand didn't stray far from his blade. He was a reliable man, but was, with good reason, fearful of the unknown. The air began to warm up a bit, and Renado opened his mouth. "Something—" "Cut the ropes," Vanchi said. He felt the change too. "Cut the ropes. We'll take our chances with—" With a bang, everything changed. Renado glanced to the right. Up the deck of the Dispatch, crew and all, the front of the ship vanished. Quick as lightning, the disappearance shot towards Renado. The masts were gone, the floor gone. Aesar turned to run from it, and then he was gone too. Without another word, Vanchi, Renado, and their ship vanished into the air. And that was Renado, chapter 4. Seems they angered the denizens of the Isle of Dusk. We'll have to see what happens to him next. Of course, that will have to wait for next time I do the podcast for Lives of Gethra. If you guys want, though, you can always head over to livesofgethra.com and check out the next Renado. Isle of Dusk. Yes, there you go. Mysterious place within the world of Gethra, for sure.